No, you're not crazy. I actually am uploading 2 times in a row within the same 2 days. Reason being is the UU battle I uploaded yesterday was, I don't want to say it was subpar, but I didn't feel like it was that good of a match. And so I'll give you a decent OU match today to make up for my horrible misdeeds yesterday. A few things to talk about at the end of this one, but it's not going to be nearly as long, so stay tuned. Anyway, what's going on, guys? Ryan here. Today we have a Showdown OU battle. Almost said show you. Maybe that should be a thing, you know, because I'm going to show you guys this battle. Ha ha ha. Anyway, we have a match. It's against some guy named I'm not even going to pretend I can pronounce that. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. But I'm using my Rain team because I just really felt like using Jynx, and this team has a Jynx on it, so that's what I'm doing. And yeah, so that's on his end. Aside from the Ferrothorn, I can pretty much handle anything because I don't mean to toot my own horn, but this is a pretty damn good team. I really do love using it, and it's a lot of fun. So we're just gonna dive right into this one. Let's do this. He ends up leading off with his Thundurus, and I end up leading with my Jynx. Both of us were predicting the Politoed lead and trying to get the better end of the deal. Anyway, I don't know what kind of Thundurus this is, so maybe I can just live a hit and see what happens. I'm just going to go for Lovely Kiss because I figure maybe he'll be scared out. I don't know. But it works out for me. He does switch into Politoed as I'm able to Lovely Kiss, and he sets up the Rain for me. And the following turn, I know he's going to switch, so I just set up a sub on his switch to Ferrothorn. Unfortunately for me, though, he actually did make a good play by letting the Politoed go to sleep, because now my Jynx, well, I can't sleep the Ferrothorn, and that would be the only way for me to beat this one-on-one, barring crits and freezes. So he's going to break my sub with the Gyro Ball, as I do a reasonable amount with Ice Beam, but I really can't stay in at this point. So my best bet is to switch into Tentacruel, and I figure I'm just going to spam Scald and try to get the burn on him. As he does, just go for Gyro Ball again, not wanting to play around with my Jynx, which is a very good play. But anyway, I go into Tentacruel, and my sole purpose is to spam Scalds and spin if he tries to set up hazards, because a burn will help so greatly in wearing this thing down, and he can't keep me leech seated because of the whole rapid spin thing. And at the end of the day, we'll probably both be really worn down, and I don't really need my Tentacruel for anything specifically, so that's fine by me. He shows me the T-Wave here. I'm just thinking to myself, oh god, not one of these. Seriously, on my top 10 hated Pokemon list, T-Waving Ferrothorn has got to be up there at least in the top 3. It is so annoying. Anyway, thankfully he switches out, but he does go into the Toxicroak. I know what these things do, they're dry skin, water immunities, so I figure I'm just going to go into my Jynx, as I know he's going to set up the sub, because that's what these things do. They always have substitute, either Bulk Up or Swords Dance, and then usually Drain Punch and Sucker Punch. Anyway, I don't know if he knows what Jynx is going to do. Maybe he'll let me get behind a sub and get greedy and try to set up. So I try to set up a sub of my own, but he just goes ahead and breaks it with the Drain Punch, as I was really hoping he wouldn't do. But it's not a big deal, like a big terrible thing, because I do still have Politoed at really high HP, and thankfully Jynx puts enough pressure on him so that he'll keep attacking me instead of boosting up and becoming an immediate threat, which is always cool. So he is going to go for another Drain Punch, does 30% stock, telling me he's definitely not bulky, although he does have Bulk Up instead of Swords Dance, which is okay. It's different, but whatever. I'm just going to go for Parasong here because I know I can force that thing out, and as I have to keep Politoed around. I can't touch it outside of Parasonging, but I can take its hits for days, and I can always force it out, so that was the plan. Here I just went for Protect because why not? It was the safest move, obviously, but he actually does just switch immediately into Thundurus T. And I don't know what he's going to do. Maybe he's choicing he's going to go for Volt Switch. So I'm going to Protect again, just scouting. But it turns out he's the Nasty Plot set, and my heart sank. Because if he has the Focus Blast, I don't know necessarily that I can get a safe switch into Mamoswine. Which is why I'm actually going to make a completely different play and fodder off my Tentacruel, because it's really the thing I need the least in this game. And I'm just foddering it off to get a safe switch into my Mamoswine, as he actually decides to Nasty Plot again, which is questionable because, I mean, you don't want to get greedy too early in the game, and he hasn't seen my other sets yet. Either way, though, he is just going to go ahead and kill off my Tentacruel with the Thunder. I see the Life Orb, and I'm just thinking to myself, okay, maybe he's not the bulky set, and maybe I can just kill him with a Ice Shard, but I want to gauge what kind of player he is and see if he's going to stay in. And it actually turns out he is the type of person to stay in on a Mamoswine, as I set up the Stealth Rocks predicting a switch. He doesn't do it though, but thankfully either he doesn't have Focus Blast / Grass Knot, or he just doesn't go for it. Maybe he's bulky Double Dance Thunderous, because that's kind of a thing. Either way though, Hidden Power Ice is going to be a 2-hit KO, which unfortunately for him means he's going to die to his Life Orb, because I do have the Ice Shard, as most Mamoswines do. He goes into the Latios here, and I figure he's probably going to go into that, which is why I went into my Jirachi, just trying to gauge what kind of Latios this is, because I figured he's going to go into his fastest thing. I'm really just hoping he's not the trick kind, as I do go for a substitute. But it turns out he goes for Surf, and that does 51% after, you know, the rain boost and everything. Turns out he has a Life Orb, and because the Surf did so much, even though it's rain boosted, it's unstabbed. So I'm thinking he's probably modest, but either way, he still manages to outspeed my timid Jirachi. So maybe I'm just crazy. I really don't know. Either way, I guess I'm underestimating Latios, but I'm going to Thunder because I have a plan. It's called Play the Para game. So I do set up a sub, hoping he's going to get Para Hacks and I can start setting up Calm Minds and stuff. But no, of course not. He's just going to break through it and go for Surf again, easily break my sub. And now I know I can't sub again, but I do still have my Jynx. So I'm going to switch into that, hoping to just take a Surf like nothing and then sub till he gets parried. Because I can make plenty more, way more subs on Jynx, because I do have the Dry Skin going as well as the Leftovers. But he actually gets paralyzed on the turn I switch in Jynx. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this part of the battle on fast, because basically I tried to be that guy. I subbed 5 times in a row, hoping against hope that he's going to get paralyzed. Unfortunately though, the Hacks gods, Arceus, whatever you want to say, they just, no. I'm not going to be that guy that gets to sub till my opponent gets paralyzed. Well, I tried to be, but it didn't work out for me, because my opponent didn't get paralyzed. And I'm thinking to myself, come on. You know, where's mine? Because right before this, I actually did lose a game to the Hacks, but that's another story. Anyway, I'm going to slow this back down now. We're finally back to where we need to be. And his Latios is going to die this turn from his Life Orb recoil, as I do just try to set up a sub, because if I can kill this thing behind a sub, I'll be in a great position for whatever wants to come in after. Unfortunately, though, he is just going to die off to his Life Orb, meaning I'm not going to be able to kill him behind a substitute, as I really, really wanted to. He goes into his Virizion here, and I didn't realize this, but Virizion's actually very, very fast, sitting at base 108 speed with the other 3 pony dudes, and he's actually just going to straight take me out with a Stone Edge that I didn't see coming. But the silver lining in this is all his stuff is so weak that I can just clean up with Specs Tornadus from here. So I just go into that, and I know I'm faster because unless he's Scarf Virizion, which I've never seen before and hope I never do see, he's not going to outspeed me. So easily KO that thing with the Stab Specs Hurricane. Goes into the Ferrothorn. I get a crit on this one, but let's be real. This is a Specs Tornadus. Stab Hurricane. No, the Ferrothorn would have died regardless. It actually does about 56% to the Ferrothorn, which is funny. I forgot where I got that statistic, but if you run calcs, you'll see it for yourself. Anyway, he goes into the Politoed that's sleeping. I don't even have to worry about this thing because it's easily going to die in 2 hits, and because of 5th gen sleep mechanics, I don't have to worry about it waking up, which is wonderful. And all his last Pokemon is the Toxicroak, which is actually weak to my stab, except this guy actually decides to forfeit here. Except he doesn't forfeit honorably and just exit out and just accept the forfeit. He closes the page and makes me wait the extra minute and a half or whatever it is on Showdown to claim my victory. So, that's going to be the game in my favor. More of a decent one, even though it was kind of a predictable Tornadus sweep. I had fun with it, and I was having a good time up until the guy decided to be that guy that just, you know, loses by inactivity or timeout or whatever, instead of just forfeiting or just playing me till 0 Pokemon like a man. I don't know why the Showdown thingy put me on this side, but whatever. We deal with it, we roll with it, all that type of stuff. Still not really losing an OU. I had lost one game out of like the 7 I got looking for something to upload, and I only lost that one because I literally missed and got critted and just everything. If you've ever had one of those games where everything just goes into your opponent's favor, like they get all the right crits and all the right misses and that kind of thing, then you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah. So if you guys didn't see my video yesterday, because I noticed it didn't really get that many views, maybe it's just because my channel is small, or maybe you guys are mad at me for the bad game. I don't know. Either way, annotation is going up on the screen right now. You're more than welcome to check that out. Still haven't gotten any team submissions, so remember, if you guys want to see me use a team that you made, just YouTube inbox it to me. Excuse me. I would be more than happy to use it. And yeah. Can't really think of much else to say, so I think I'm just going to cut this video here. So remember to leave this video a like if you enjoyed it, comment, tell me what you thought, subscribe if you haven't already, share this video with your friends if you want them to see it because you like me or something. And yeah, I think that's going to about do it for me, like I said, guys. So I'll see you all next time. Take care.